All right, all right, all right. I'm going live. Here, how about that? Hey, hey, hey. Going live. Trying to get these viewers up so I can start a conversation. What's going on, y'all? Out here in LA, the weather's good. What's happening? What's happening? Going live 8 o'clock on this Thursday evening. Got 16 watching. Come on, hit that like. Hit the like button. Subscribe, whatever. Make sure I know you're on there. I'm going to take a live commentary tonight if I could push the right button. Get me some comments live. It means you could talk to me, ask me questions. I don't know how that's going to work. But I'm going to figure it out. Yep. Appreciate the hearts here. Hey, listen, do you guys know April? April was on a couple documentaries back in the days. Slipping with the Bloods, a light-skinned girl who was rapping. She was in another documentary too. I think Why Did We Bang or something like that. Trying to get her on this live. That's why I'm working on it. So if y'all know April, tell her to get on the live. April's say her Facebook is going up because of some shit going on. April Cotton, y'all look her up real quick on Instagram, on Facebook rather. Try to get her on here tonight. See what I can come up with. So what's going on? Tell me where y'all at. Where are you at, and what's going on where you at? LA is it's all good. Weather's good. Ain't no snow. Ain't no problems. Ain't no issues right now. Yes, indeed. All right, I ain't got nobody going live here. Let me see. Who can I get in here? Live chat. All messages are visible. Y'all tell me where y'all at and what y'all got going on. Do y'all know April? Do y'all know April Cotton? Do y'all know Lamont? Do y'all know Lamont? Puddin's son. Do y'all know him? Let's figure this out. What I'm gonna talk about today, man, is talk to y'all today about what's going on out here, man. Let me tell y'all about last night, man, going bowling. Y'all look at my short, man, went bowling last night. It's gonna be hard to believe, but TM, Tiny Menace, man, from off 83rd Street in Western. We all went bowling last night. First we was eating at Fiesta Martin, Van Ness and 80th Street. He come off of 83rd Street in Western, but dude come off of 60th and Crenshaw was with us. Fiesta Martin is in Inglewood. I seen a couple guys from Inglewood come through. A dude from Main Street was in there. Dude from Avalon, and we all went bowling afterwards. It's a wonderful thing, man, to be able to kick it and go live with other brothers, man. I'll say the chat is for approved users. I gotta stop that. Okay, so y'all can't even chat. That's what the problem is. Let me see how I could do this here. I might have to go back and change some things. All right, so y'all can't go chat with me because I done pushed the wrong button. Let me see. There we go. Man, let me see y'all in the chat, man. I done removed it. I'm saying, let me see. I think I done removed that. Let me know if y'all can get me in the chat. Okay, I see y'all now. Y'all coming in on the chat. Yep. All right, what's going on, KP, man? How you feeling? Alejandro, I should have known he was on here, man. Yes, indeed. Jeff Plunkett. What's up, Charlie P. Stone? All right, I got people coming on now, man. That's a good thing. Slowpoke. Let me see if that's a slowpoke I know, man. Yes, indeed it is. What's up, Nick? All right, I don't know if y'all heard me, man. What's up, Tommy? How you doing? I don't know if y'all heard me, but the homie TM from 83rd Street and Western, man, had a little turn up at Fiesta Martin in Inglewood, and he had people from everywhere. It was a blessing. Yes, indeed. Veronica, peace and blessings. Yep. Peace and blessings. People want to call me when I'm on live. I'm telling her I can't talk to you. Give me a minute. Yep, but said, what's good with everybody? I can see everybody on here is alive and well. We're not dead or in jail, not in custody, not deceased. That's a beautiful thing. A lot of stuff going on right now, man. Of course, y'all know everything Donald Duck is doing. He's all on the internet. He's on Twitter and all that. The stuff that's going on. We got less shootings and less homicides out here. That's a beautiful thing, man. Y'all like peace? Y'all want peace? Or y'all want a gangbang? What is it, man? Yes, sir. I normally charge $100, but are you on lunch break? uh, yeah. Yes, sir. All is truly well. Indeed, it is, man. Got less homicides, less shootings, man. I'm sharing with y'all, man. The only tiny minutes, man. Turned 39 yesterday. Me and Lil AD, man. AD off of Slauson and Crenshaw, man. 60th Street and Crenshaw. Went and chilled with him. Dude from Avalon pulled up. Dude from Main Street was in there eating, man. The little homie from 20s. What's up, Local Dre? We all went bowling, man. And at the bowling, man, there's this one dude, man. Pete. Pete, man. Northbound Pete, man. He's a beast at the bowling. You think he just gang bang, but he a beast at bowling too. He beat everybody. I was second, but he beat everybody. He was really good at that. But it's just a trip to have so many people together, man. Cuz blood, this and that, and wasn't nobody tripping on nothing. You know, shit, just everything was good, man. Yeah, everything was good, man. It was my first time meeting Young and Hefe, man. That was a good meeting. We just barely spoke. We probably said 5, 6 words to each other, but he gave me his pizza, man. That was cool. Brother ordered a big pizza, had me a slice. I was like hungry as a wolf. So man, it just feels real good, man, to be in LA, man, around different people, and ain't no confusion, yeah, ain't no confusion, ain't no future in the bullshit. That's right. And shit, I was side by side with you, brother, when the dude pulled a shotgun on you, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, Nick, you know what I'm talking about, man. We stand in that driveway, dude, pull up, shotgun, like, man, what's happening? Like, fuck it. Like, fuck it, you know. And the homie Nick, if y'all see Slowpoke right there, 131, the homie pulled up, pulled a shotgun, and Nick was like, shit, let's just go down the street and get down. So while everybody's standing around arguing, fussing, or whatever, they went down the street and got down, man. And that's some, yeah. I know you got your get back. And the little homie, not Nick, but the other little homie had the thing on him. But we wasn't scandalous type dudes, man. He went down the street and got down. And that's what men do. Win or lose, man, get down. And I know the dude he was going to get down with, man, was not to the physical capabilities as the youngster was. So I knew it wasn't going to turn out well for them. So while the country is burning down, most black folks are chilling, not our fight. Yeah. Yeah, no, man. They killed that major dude over there in Mexico, man. They don't give a damn. Let me tell y'all something, man. We over here tripping off of black and Mexican, right? Black and white, black and Mexican. Let me tell you what happens when we go to other countries. We Americans. Not that I'm saying I'm signed with Americans, but the way they look at us with our American money and our American accents, go to Mexico if you want. I say, oh no, I'm black, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Yeah, you're American now. So sometimes it's well, always over here in the United States, is always F the blacks. No matter who we talking about, it's F the black people. But sometimes we can go to other countries and they say, okay, we cool with these guys, but y'all Americans. You know what I mean? So don't ever forget that when you go to other countries, you are American, whether you want to be or not. You say, I always need a homie named Slowpoke, right? Well, he ain't really a slowpoke. That's some motorcycle stuff, I guess. I don't know. That's a psycho hound right there. That's a psycho. So yeah, but the slowpoke I know is from Pacoima, Piru. He was always in Lancaster. That's the one I know. Used to rap. Had a rap career going. Had a bus and all that. They were going touring. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. There you go. There you go. VIP Iceman. He kept a gangster and ended it with hands. But yeah, he did. So that's the story right there. The homie Slowpoke 131 is telling it. But yeah, even though you got down with Iceman, that wasn't his fight. You know that. That wasn't Iceman's fight. It was somebody else's fight. That's the homie too, and that homie still is alive and well. Iceman BIP, him, but the other dude, it was his fight. It wasn't, and it wasn't even a fight, man. It was people hearing things, man. Have you ever heard something and you heard it wrong and got it twisted, and now you run in with that, and now you telling other people this is what they said, that's what they said, and it ain't even the truth. It's just your interpretation. That's what we should be doing, talking right now about effective communication. Can I say something to you and you misunderstand it? Tell other people. Now everybody mad, and it was a misunderstanding, miscommunication. Alejandro said that's never gonna happen with me. Nobody isn't gonna understand how much I love and respect my black folks. I'm both. That's right, man. Alejandro, man, wake up every morning, 5, 6 in the morning. Y'all get that dude a round of applause. You know how they say, man, these dudes don't want jobs. Man, Alejandro, man, he worked in the zoos at the middle school, worked in the zoos at the high school. He worked in Inglewood at the high school, the middle schools. Man, Alejandro always up and going. Yes, indeed. Peace and blessings. Well, shit, this positive conversation right here, man. Effective communication, man. People always hear something and they take what they heard and it's the truth, even if it ain't the truth. Y'all get that? Even if it ain't the truth, they take it as the truth and then they tell other people. Yep. So second call on Obama La Brea while on the bus, the 105. Yes, sir. That's the headquarters now, Obama La Brea. What's going on? Yes, much love and respect to you as well. I was trying to take you and somebody else to lunch one day. I can't remember who it was. Remember I was saying that y'all was the always on my lives. Who was it? But I said, hey, what y'all got going? I'm gonna take y'all to lunch. Still take you to lunch. A lot of times people just hear what they want to hear. Exactly. So think of this, man. People hear something, but it ain't even Compton girl. Exactly. Yep, yep, yep. You remember. But it's not really it's not really it's not really about what the person said. It's about how did you hear it. Like for example, Denzel Washington's in this movie with Mark Wahlberg, and they sitting at a restaurant, and Mark Wahlberg said, "What did you just say?" And Denzel said, "Nah, what'd you just hear?" Put the toothpick in his mouth and sat back and said, "Nah, I ain't gonna tell you what I said. Tell me what you heard." Because that's how I get to the source of the confusion. I could say it over and over again, but it still don't mean that it don't mean that you gonna understand it. You get that? If if I say it over and over again, you're gonna hear it over and over again the same way. But shit, tell me what you heard, as opposed to me telling you what I said over and over again. As people take that and then, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences. You lost your mother and she lost her father. Man, sorry to hear that. What's going on, DeMarco? Communication very important, very very important, man. 100%. Communication. If living life is 100% being happy and free, trust me, communication is 99% that made that happen. But man, I'm sorry to hear about your mother and Compton Girl's father. Uh, yes, indeed. Just know I truly appreciate you and Compton Girl, though. Alejandro, appreciate you gonna do this work for true, forever, humble, blessed, of a kind, brave, gifted, hearted. Yep, yep, yep. What's up, Monique? How you doing? Yes, indeed. You've always supported me, so of course I'm gonna give you my condolences, man. I don't want nobody to ever have to lose their mama, not their father either. But man, the mama is a whole lot. And yesterday was my mama's birthday. She turned 86 yesterday, and she turned her phone off. Turned it off. Like she didn't want to hear it, man. So I'm already knowing she is like shit. She's starting to feel that 86, and you know, yes indeed, yes, yes, yes indeed. All right, y'all, man. I'm trying to see what y'all. Oh yeah, Monster on here, man. We had ask Loco Dre how he did in bowling last night, Monster. He was telling some more stories before we got to the bowling alley, and then we get to the bowling alley, and he was killing it for the first four. They're not rounds, they're not innings. What is it when you go bowling? That ain't a fourth inning. What is that? Y'all tell me what it was. It was the fourth pin. I don't know what they call, but by the time we got to the end, man, he was chasing me, trying to catch up, and he couldn't do it. Yep, yep, yep. We had a ball though. Had a ball. Charlie P. Stone, what's up with girls? With grits. I seen Grits was at the homie funeral. I was about to call his real name, Chili Red funeral. I seen her, so that was about a little more than a week ago, right before Valentine's Day. I seen Grits and Bubbles. They pulled up, and somebody had a drink, talking about, "Hey, Bubbles giving you this water." Bubbles ain't not Bubbles. Grits giving you this water, man. Grits don't drink water, man. So I knew they was lying. And she with Bubbles. I know it was in that bottle. I ain't drinking that. Oh, yours was February 20th. Okay. Everybody know born in February is good people. This Texas tapping in. All right, Adrian Cooks. I wish you well as well. Oh, frame. That's what it is. Good looking out. Yeah, the fourth frame. So the fourth frame, man, he was killing it, man. Local Dre was killing it, man. He was doing his dance and all that shit, and then he just started falling off. What happened to Snake, Kevin? Man, that's Big Snake. I don't know. I ain't seen Kevin in shit at least 2, 3 years. I don't know. I know he was in Milwaukee, and I know he came back. I don't know. Matter of fact, shit, Baby Monster on here. Let me ask him. What happened to Snake? Where Kevin at? I was just watching OV. I don't know what OV is. Yeah, spiritual of the Compton girl. Yep, Monique, you and Marlena, y'all give Compton girl my condolences, man. I know that hurt. I remember my father died. I was in custody. One of the Tyler Perry movies on Netflix. When this came out. Oh, okay. Somebody on Tyler Perry mind you of Bisco? I mean, they funny. Bisco funny. More things change, the more they stay the same. Grits and Bo. Yes, indeed. But I'm gonna tell you about Grits though. The difference. Grits will stay up till 1, 2 in the morning, drinking, having a ball at every function. About 2, 2:30, she go home. She waking up every morning 6:30, going to work every day. That's the one thing about Grits. Grits was gonna have her fun, but she was gonna be at work every day. That's the difference, man. Don't even try to outdrink Grits because it can't happen. She will drink, 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 and then be at work and doing her job. And don't miss a day. Ain't calling off or nothing. Yep, you sure can. You sure can. I don't know when you're gonna be in town, but I'll put everything to the side. Make sure we go have that lunch. Why did the blood say Sue Whoop? Let me see. I'm gonna go back to the Beehive on Gage in Vermont. That's when I first heard it. About 93. Around the same time, y'all remember that song, Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it was tag team and another group was singing that song. Everybody whoop, whoop, and then some of the homies started saying whoop, whoop. And tell y'all a little story about the Beehive, man. Nothing but bloods, man. Nothing but bloods. And each and every week going into the Beehive, somebody was going to fight. It was going to be a fight, and it would never be just a head up fade. It would turn into them against them, or us against them, or us against us, whatever. And one of the girls from VNG, Mad Mo's sister, was going to tell me who it was. I forgot. But the girl said, Suwoo, to get everybody from their side. This was the Van Ness girls, got them, and said Suwoo. And it just took off. It was Suwoo. So Melinda was gonna tell me who it was. Said she was gonna let me do an interview with him. I don't know who it was though, but yeah, that's where the swoop came from. Came from the Beehive. I don't know. They might have did it and they park it first or whatever. I don't know, but they did it. Yep. Ken Dog, rest in peace. Yep, that was his. Ever run into Big Mimi from 30 Pyro? No. Not that I can think of. It's how a person comprehends what other person is saying. Yes, indeed, Tammy. For real. For real, for real. Be in California next month. I'm listening on you. Oh, you skiing? Where you at? In Salt Lake City, Utah? Or what's that? There's a side community outside of Salt Lake City where all the blacks are. I forgot the name of it. Are you over there? Where you at with it? Uh, my brother stayed in those apartments right there, Gage in Vermont. Yeah, that's some dangerous apartments. Dangerous apartments. Because one side of the street is supposed to be Hoover's. South of the street supposed to be Menlo's. And north is Bloods. Oh, man, it's crazy. What was 4300 Blood Module like? It was for the fittest, man. It was for the fittest. Going there, you make sure you get in with your peoples, because if not, if you're not with your peoples, it's gonna be hard as hell. Um, so I was in one of them cells in 4388, right after the my homeboy Thunder got killed. I got a violation, went to jail, and I was in a mixture of PDLs, Inglewood families, um, Al Dog, Denver Lane, Loudmouth. Loudmouth was in there. D Crazy from 8-9 Family Swans. Yeah, it was wild, but on the other side, the 20s was getting into it with the Pyrus, and yeah, it was wild. Gotta stay solid. So where I was at, the homie Ice Bomb from Family, he was the big homie, and he was, you know, kind of like giving instructions, like get ready, get ready, because gates rack, we don't never know what's coming. So, but I had been to jail before. I just hadn't been to 4300 because that was fairly new when I started going to jail in 82, 83. Bloods was going to 2300 or something. I can't remember where they was going, but 43 and 44 came up like 85, 86. See if I got second call birthday wish coming up on the 18th of next month. All right, real good. Real good. Go ahead and wish, man. How's Big Time and Ragtime? I don't know. I seen Big Time like at the end of the year, like October, November. But I see Ragtime. I just talked to him a couple days ago. He's good. Big Time ain't in LA no more. Big Time somewhere in the he's somewhere out. He ain't Bakersfield or nothing like that, but it ain't far. Like on the other side of Lancaster or something like that. But shit, he doing good. Give him a call. He'll come down. Boss Man Bogatti. All right. Akron, Ohio. In a park car, Sugar House. Sugar House. All right. Salt Lake City and Sugar House. Is Lurch still alive? Oh. Yolanda Coleman, is Lurch still alive? There was a Lurch that went to jail off 108th and Figueroa. He's cut that girl in that liquor store, pulled her hair out. It was the homie from one of the homies from Denver Lanes, his girlfriend. Then there was a Lurch that sold weed, sold crack too on 8th Ave in the 60s. There was only two Lurches I can think of right now. Yeah, right, Charlie P. Stone. You couldn't be no puppy. No. Yeah, 4300 back in 1990. Yeah, I was in there in 89. I did only did a couple months though in 89. 2200. Yep, it was 2200. Because 3200, I went back to jail in '04, and I was in, was it '04? No, in 98. In 98, I went back to jail and I was in 3200, 32 Baker. And that was, yeah, that was the blood module. Yes, 8th Ave. Yep. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. I don't know. I gotta ask somebody, but he made his money. I can tell you that. He had all the people lined up. So Evil's in Ironwood now. Not Pelican Bay no more. Okay. I don't know if they're gonna let Evil out. I don't know if Evil gonna come home, but I'm gonna tell you this: there's a lot of people that did Evil wrong. I'll just tell y'all this. And about maybe 7 years ago, I went to see him when he's in county jail, and I was telling him, I said, "Man, I read this and read that," and he said, "Man, leave that alone." He said, "Let them do what they do," and I was like, "Man, they did you wrong. I ain't gonna hurt them. Ain't gonna do nothing, but what?" And he said, "Man, leave it alone. Let it go." So I got a lot of respect for him, man. Them dudes was trying to put him in some shit. It's different if me and you go somewhere and I did something and you tell on me and we was there and I did it. I'm gonna be mad at you. I'm tripping. But what he said was people was making up lies because they already knew he was about to do life. So so they was making up lies so they can get out of jail. Little Evil. Are you talking about Little Evil from Neighborhood Family Swans, or are you talking about Little Evil from 20s? Because Little Evil from 20s is shit. I can't even think. Little Evil. Thinking about Big Evil. Rest in peace. Little Evil, is that the chef, the cook, black ass Evil? I think that's Baby Evil. I can't even think about Little Evil unless he's the one I'm thinking about. Uh, Tammy, Ricky's sister. No. Linda is Ricky's sister. Linda and the light skinned one. Um, I don't know. Skip put him on blast. Nah, he already did too. The dude who did it, he did. The one who was making up shit about evil. Well, one of them's alive and one of them dead now. Skip. Hey, Skip, you Lebo from Westside Pyro. Well, Lebo, I know is a Crip, and he just passed away. So I don't know who Lebo is. Say some dudes are trying to stop people from coming home. Probably sure. I'm sure. Okay, you talking about Evil from Swans. So the Evil from Swans, the one that I know was Little Evil, that was Big Evil's son. Got the same first and last name. Um, he got killed. That was my son's best friend, man, and he got killed at a function after getting out of jail. He had only been out of jail about 2 months. He was supposed to come to me, and I was going to help him become a carpenter. And he was hitting the streets, running the streets, and went to a function. He wasn't even at the function. He came to the function late to pick up a girl, and walked into some shit, and he got shot. Oh yeah, word right now, Lil Evil from ETG. Tell Lil Evil, man, that Pistol Pete, Northside P, um, got 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 fingers. He could bowl, man. He know what he doing. We was at Tiny Menace. We was at Tiny Menace bowling party last night. It was cool. Tiny Menace had the '60s, the eight trays, the rolling '20s, Avalon. There was some swans up there at the bowling alley. One of the homies from Main Street was at the Fiesta Martin. Man, that was some real intervention type shit. Like wasn't nobody tripping, no arguing, no none of that, man. It was a beautiful thing. 4,300 alumni drove G Nate, Charlie P, all Ludas Park, J Lo, Crenshaw Mafia. That was a little evil from 8-9 family. He died incarcerated back in the 90s. Oh, okay, I didn't know him. All I knew was Evil Son. I didn't know the other little evil from 8-9. All right, shit. My husband's not gonna be having his school going on. I'll have to ride in the van. Hopefully my pops Jose will too. Ah, shit, man. That shit costs money, Dro. I mean, it sure look like it's fun, but that shit costs money driving around in that goddamn van. That should take $120 something to fill up, and then the motorhome is even more, man. The motorhome take about $300 something. But yeah, if we do anything, we could ride around that motorhome and save lives in the second call motorhome. Bit Kool-Aid, PSP 45 rule. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, let me ask you, Derek, when did it transition from 40 Power Rule to AFC? Because I went to jail in 1998 and started running the AFCs, and I'm like, I didn't understand what it was. And they said, man, them is 40 Power Rules, them is the homies. And I was like, okay. So I learned that in 1998, but I never knew the transition. No Foots from Brims, of course. Foots from Brims is a reputable. Everybody should know Foots. It's sad, Little Evil, Baby, and Tiny Evil all deceased now. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. You said never? Okay, I might be wrong then. I'm asking. I really don't know. I really don't know. I born on the east side and moved west at an early age. So I don't know. I was born on 20th between Stanford and Griffith. But I moved west, so I don't know what happened. Uh, oh, they got that. Okay. All right. Real good. Real good. I didn't know. That's a good thing. Good to know that. Describe the LA County jail scene back in the 80s and 90s. Man, I was speaking on that. Um, I ain't talked to Karate D in about 2 years. I think Kev Mack had us talk the last time we talked. Um, that's crazy. Kev Mack had me talk to Karate D. I think that was probably about 2 years ago. I haven't talked to him since. But the county jail back in the 80s, man, I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of people who talk about how hard they are and what they would do. The 80s was totally different, man. Going into that 9,000 floor, 9,500, 9,300. The other day I said 94, but 94 was trustees. So it was 92, 93, and 9,500. That's what they put, and it was just crazy, man. It was crip crazy. That's what it was. So there was a few bloods that would come through and didn't give a shit. Big giant motherfuckers come through. Somebody mentioned the other day, the homie Paul and El Dorado from PDL, James Phibbs, shit. There was a lot of dudes that just walk in any dorm, not give a fuck. And my homeboy Ethan, rest in peace, man. Ethan was crazy as a roller. And he wasn't a hard dude. He was just really crazy. And shit, they was taking the shoestrings out our shoes back then. So the little young dudes was like, hey, what color was your strings? What color was your strings? So I'm like, what, man? I'm on the phone. I'm trying to ignore him, get back on the phone. And shit, the homie Ethan on the phone next to me. He said, man, they was red, man. We have red strings. Nigga, this blood. And I was like, man, we're about to get rushed up in here, man. It'd be 100 motherfuckers, and it'd be the smallest one they send. Like, okay, you're going to spin on him and try to fire on him, you're going to get about 20, 30 motherfuckers on your head immediately. So, yeah, it was really rough in the 80s, man. And then going to the holding tanks. Going to the holding tanks, man, that's it too. That's it. Going to holding tanks, ain't no getting out of there. So the fights, like the average fight would be like maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Nah, not in the holding tanks, man. You got about 2-3 minutes for the deputies tell somebody to roll you up and pull you out if you get stumped and all that. So never fall. Stand up on them benches, on them fucking cement benches. Stand up on them and put your back against the wall. Look around, don't talk. Don't talk to nobody. Look around and see how many dudes is in there who ain't fucking with the dudes who are loud. The dudes who are loud, they loud for a reason. They Crips. The dudes who ain't loud, they watching. They listening. Because they want to hear where is these dudes from. So the 80s would teach a motherfucker to survive. Yeah, you had to survive, man. Had to survive. Yep, the wet 40s. But what do you do, Linwood, with the wet 40s? If you in there and you got 3-4 people with you and you think, oh, I'm tough and motherfucker, I got my wet 40 or whatever, and then about 15 of them other dudes coming there. And it was jacking. It was straight jacking. So you get that wet 40, most dudes like me, take my shoe off, my sock off, and put it up underneath my feet, and I'm stepping on it. Other dudes had them little cute little sacks, I don't know what they call them, they tie them around their waist and had the little money bag behind by their neck and all that. Like, ain't nobody gonna touch it, man. Motherfuckers knocking niggas out. The big dudes, too. I'm sorry, I said that word. I don't say that often, but they was knocking cats out, man. They was taking their stuff. Man, I was a humble dude up against the wall, like, not messing with a whole bunch of folks. Not messing with them. I understand that we're going to skip because all the conference I got need money for it. Born and raised on Vernon Hooper in the low bottoms. Okay. Yes, sir. I was really in talk about the blood module. Was it ruthless as a grip module? Man, I think the only difference with the blood module, it was a lot of fighting. But if I hear all the stories about the grip module, man, they telling me about all these dudes who was taking butt. You know what I mean? And not just Hoovers. I ain't saying nothing bad about Hoovers, but they always saying that they freaky dudes, but they said it was a whole bunch of other dudes that was in there doing it. You know what I mean? So the blood module, man, you hear about that once or twice a year about somebody, did something to somebody like that. But the blood module was just all fighting all night. It was just fighting and then get into it with other homies. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I was on Baker, yeah, I was in Baker Row. Abel Row was getting into it with the homies from Pyru. Uh, my guy too, 40 ounce, 30 James, man, that's my guy. But he got something kicked off, and all the Pyrus just rolled. So it is what it is, man. We fight each other, but we still hit the streets and got mad love for each other. But some people don't. I don't know, Big Dan. I didn't know Big Dan. I knew Big Donald, which is MD's father, Donald's dad, but not Dan. I don't know him. I knew Big Dan from Inglewood Family. Death Trap and fell in the wrong side. Hell yeah, it was a death trap. Can't go in the wrong cell. That's why the gates push open like that and they don't come back this way. So you gotta look. You gotta look and look who's in there. You gotta do an inventory of that. They can't just push you in there. They say you're in here, you in here. Look in there and say, nah, I'm cool. I'd rather go to the hole. I ain't going to that motherfucker right there. That's how it is in county jail in the 80s, man. Going them court tanks, them holding tanks. So now I refuse to go in there. I refuse. Got to refuse or just go in there. And if you see somebody, oh, these dudes know who I am. And it's 8, 9 of them. It ain't going to be a fair one. I can tell you that now. It ain't going to be a fair fight. Wasn't no fair phase. I mean, nah, it just wasn't. The old county in the 80s before they closed. Yolanda, you talking about the HOJJ, Hall of Justice jail? That's across the street from the court. And is it the Yolanda that used to? Is this the honey Yolanda that had that Mustang? Lived off Crenshaw on 76? Because you know all them people over there. 75th. I think you lived on 75th. Tuck it in the money bag. Yep. 9,000 flow for sure. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Briscoe, you in the second call class? All right. Yeah, money bag's gone. Motherfuckers was taking it. Ah, man, I can't do that, man. I ain't gonna knock nobody down and then go grab their money by their penis. But that ain't cool. Was it like colors? Colors was over exaggerating. Yes, they were. It wasn't no bang. It wasn't no cell banging. No, it wasn't. And then the Crips and Bloods would never be that close to each other like that either, unless we were going down the 4,000 flow. If we going on the 4,000 flow, we going to 43. They going to 48. They're not gonna walk us up together. They're gonna separate it because we ain't gonna be handcuffed. But then once you get in there and the movement come, we always gonna be handcuffed after that. So that's the difference. Going to 4,300, coming from the 9,000 flow, you ain't handcuffed. But when we go into the chow hall, we got to go past 4,800 to go to the chow hall. So we can't. They can't go same time we go. But no, nah, it wasn't. It wasn't like colors. Colors is over exaggerated. Yeah. Yep, 40 ounce from Campanella, Dirty Giants. He got it kicked off, man. He kept bringing these food into the Able roll. He kept bringing, and the homie told him, man, we don't eat those. We don't eat them things that you eating. And said he kept bringing them. One of the homies ate them. Said, man, I don't want them in here and stuff in his mouth and turn into a fight. What's up with Red Cap and Fruit Town? I don't know Red Cap. I don't know him. What's up, Yolanda? I ain't seen you in 100 years. HOJJ, yeah. The Glass House. Oh yeah, the Glass House was the Glass House was different than HOJJ. The Glass House was the police station jail, the Parker Center or whatever. That was across the street from City Hall. HOJJ is across the street from the courthouse. HOJJ was the county building, and the Glass House was the city building. You stay there the weekend, like Thursday to Monday or Friday to Tuesday, something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. 40 ounce was he was really a good dude, man. 40 ounce. Yeah, Parker Center. That's what the Glass House was. Parker Center. Yeah. Parker Center wasn't as bad as the rest of it. Even though they had dorms too, man. About shit, I don't know, 50 people in a dorm. But it wasn't as crazy. But what the conversations that went on at Parker Center, you couldn't tell nobody much. Because as soon as you get to jail and they went on all their homies, they're gonna say, "Oh, you know where he from?" And man, it was crazy like that. I remember being on the bus talking to somebody, and we just sitting there chopping it up amongst ourselves. As soon as we got off the bus and went to the county and started the IRC or whatever they call that, the reception. Sit there, the inmate reception center. As soon as we got through there, man, he seen his homeboys and got to pointing and whispering and shit, talking about where I was from. Oh yeah, Parker Center was damn sure better than that. Ain't nothing like the 9,000. If you could survive the 9,000 floor in the '80s, you could survive any prison. In my opinion, you could survive any jail and any prison. There was absolutely nothing I've seen. I've been to jail in Kansas City, been to jail at King County, Seattle, uh, Pierce County, Tacoma. Been to jail, Clark County, Vegas. Shit, that's about it. But anyway, I've been to a lot of different places, man, and there's absolutely nothing as horrible and as nasty as a damn LA County jail. There's nothing horrible and nasty. Even in Wayside, I had a job in Wayside, man. We take the stick and bam on the trash cans before we threw the trash away. Because as soon as we opened that door to the trash can, that lid, man, rats was coming up out that motherfucker fast. Then working in the utility crew at Wayside, man, doing the laundry. Sometimes we had to do the laundry and shit, doing the rolls, putting the bed rolls together, man. Them girls is nastier than them dudes. I want y'all to know that them girls is nasty as hell. Nasty. A smell that. Won't you smell that? You'll never go back to jail. Like, man, fuck that. I can't smell that. So shit. I don't know, man. I'm happy being alive and well, not dead or in jail. But y'all done brought back some memories. Talking about the jail, talking about the homie 40 ounce, 9,000 flow, all that. Shit, I gotta do something though, man. I can't just sit up on this all night. What's up, Skip, man? Got a question. Nutty B or Junior B? Yes, indeed. He worked with me. He's talking about Nunnery. Junior B. That's him. We call him Nut. That's Nunnery. I know him very well. Matter of fact, we work together. You see all this shit behind me? He'll be in this office tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. He come every other Friday, but he's here every Wednesday. And, he work on the east side, though, with the homie Loco Mike. I don't know what from Hollywood. Sound familiar, though. But yeah, Show Me State is filthy. It's filthy as fuck. I went to jail in Kansas City, and yeah, Kansas City, Missouri. I went to jail out there, man, and it was old. They had the old bars, like an old style jail or whatever. But it wasn't. That was the feds too. The feds and the city use the same jail in Kansas City. I remember being out there like in August of 2008. I was in there for about 2 days, and then went to go see the magistrate, and he let me out. Uh, there isn't no true value in going to any of those places, especially when it comes to the food. Nah, hell no, the food ain't shit. A medal San Bernardino in 19. Oh yeah, I was in San Bernardino. I was in what is that? Right off the side of the freeway, not Glen Helen, the other one, West Valley. I was in West Valley for a minute. Lived in there. Cold as fuck when they take you to the roof to clean the 9,000 dorms. Yep. Always with blood or where they the own thing. They start off. Man, ain't no difference in Pyru and blood. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. A lot of people gonna tell me shut up, but I'm gonna tell y'all, Pyru and blood is the same thing, man. Pyru is just a street, and they took it everywhere through Compton that they would go. And the bloods is just whatever. It's all the blood module, Pyrus and bloods. What happened is, and a lot of other things came up in prison, and some people said, okay, we just pyru only, we not doing nothing else, whatever y'all doing in the pen, we just pyru. And that's where it came from. It came from about 1993, the separation. Like, nah, we not doing other things, just like most neighborhoods say, nah, you this or you that, 20s or brims or whatever, but don't do nothing else. So with all that coming up, man, some of the dudes from Pyru, not all of them, said, man, we Pyru or nothing. That's it. Some of the Blackstones said BPS and fuck the rest. So people just started really set tripping in the 90s, 93, um, just saying this is our clique, this is our crew, and that's all we doing. But if I was on Pyru Street and the police come chasing the Pyrus, they ain't going to say, hey, Skip, you should go home. If the Crips come through and they want to shoot, they're not going to say, wait, hold on, where you from? Oh, no, we just want to shoot Pyrus. So we be at the same parties, the same functions, got the same family members at the same funeral, so there ain't no difference. We hold each other accountable, hold each other responsible. Even to this day, I ain't a part of none of that, but I guarantee you, if I run from somebody, if I say, oh, I don't want the fade or whatever, man, it's going to get all over all the blood neighborhoods. They're going to be like, man, Skip turned down the fade, Skip ran. You know what I mean? So it just don't happen like that. We all are together. Matter of fact, I'm, like I said last night, I'm with the 60s and the A trays, and the Avalons and the Swans, and my homeboy from 20s. So shit, I'm wherever. So just imagine that. Had that happened last night, had somebody else came through and they say, oh, we don't like A Trey gangsters, and I'm right there, and there's about 5 or 6 of them. They start fighting. Y'all know what I got to do? I gotta start fighting, man. Regardless of where they from, I gotta stop. I gotta start fighting because I'm with this group. One rolling 60, about 5, 6, 8 trays, another rolling 20, and the Swans is over there bowling by themselves. So no matter who it was, man, if they got a problem, with the group I'm with, I got to fight. Because if I didn't fight, if something happened to the A trays last night and I didn't fight, do you know how fast that would? 20 was right there. He would have took it back and said, "Man, Skip didn't even get down." So we that's how Bloods are. They have to get down regardless of whether I'm at Harvard Park or Van Ness Park, whether I'm at the park in the 20s or the park in the jungles, if I'm in Inglewood or Compton, it just had to be like that. So, the juke balls. I don't want that. I didn't want no juke balls. I only had it twice. Strength in numbers, yes, sir. Yeah, exactly. All the Pyrus go to the blood module. They didn't have a Pyru module. Now they had their own sales, but even when I was in there in '98, it wasn't even like that. When I went to the blood module in '98, we had 10 and 11 sales, 10 and 11, and it was the neighborhood. It was Inglewood neighborhood and Pyru because of the Inglewood neighborhood Pyrus. Other Pyrus from Compton were coming that sale too. And because we was Inglewood neighborhood, it was the neighborhood 20s and the neighborhood Pyrus. So we was all in them two sales. The hunters used to push the hardest line in the module or just the deepest. Um, Not my times in the module. My time in the module when I was in there in '98, I was right next to Two Tone and all the other bounty hunters in there, and they wasn't tripping. That when I was in there in '88, who pushed the hardest line was the damn Peblos. They was man beating on the thing at night, rapping. Yeah, they was the most disciplined. They had structure. When they big homie said, "It's over," it was over. They shut up. Uh, that was the hardest line right there for me that I saw was the Peblos. They pushed it. But when I was in there in '88, shit, the villains was tearing shit up because they had a couple of sales too, and they was in there just fighting all day and all night. That's all you hear. Wake that nigga up and get down. Like damn, they was fighting, fighting, fighting. I gotta stop using that word. I just started. What was the first ever meal you ended up eating at county jail, Prince Scale? Straight mental illness. Yeah, I ain't like none of that shit, man. I'm gonna tell you what I did grow accustomed to when I was in there though. Them burritos. Coming back from court, they would have the burritos, and they say take as many as you want. So of course I'm putting them all in my pocket. I'm putting them in my shirt, turning my shirt up, holding them in, and go back to the module. I got a burrito for the homies, and then in the mornings when they would have the eggs and potatoes. No salt, no ketchup, nothing. But I'm mixing the eggs and potatoes together, and I'm on it. I'm on the eggs and potatoes and the waffles, the Wednesday morning waffles. Who was Uncle Jarvis living with the Bloods and the one who broke in the car? So Uncle Jarvis was Jumbo's uncle, Jumbo, not Jimbo, Jumbo. Jumbo and them they lived like in between the fruit towns and the 30s. They was on the other side of Jefferson. So it was a blood block, but they was Jumbo didn't gangbang. He had limousines. He sold dope and had limousines, man. So that was his uncle who was out there acting a fool. You say 1998 was the last blood margin. Okay, that was 3200 then, because I was in 3200 in 1998, and then my daddy died and they put me in the hole. When I got out the hole, I told them I didn't want to go back. I wasn't going back there, so they put me in a state module. Yep, I ended up going to the state module. It was still on 3000 flow, but I was with the Crips and the Bloods. Yeah, when I was there in '98, the Peblos was well disciplined. They wasn't acting wild. Like it was a gang of Blackstones. So we in these one, two, three, four, five, six. We in an 8-man sales. Blackstones had about 12 people and all of it. But and Cass Capone, he was the G homie there. But they was still, them youngsters was wild. They was arguing and fussing and all that. Who was the first ever blood you hired? Yeah. I don't know who the first blood was. Who was the first blood I hired? Shit. I don't even know. I can't tell you. I didn't look at it like that. Last time you saw them around, Jumbo used to rap at parties. Yeah, I haven't seen Jumbo since then because that's how I met him. I met him through that. I met Jumbo through the Slipping with the Bloods. I didn't know him before that. And then I became real cool with Curtis Blow. Curtis Blow ain't in there, but he was one of the consultants. He was the dude that they paid to take him to these neighborhoods. And I was telling Curtis Blow, you need to get April a rap career. And he said, nah, you do it. And he said, I said, what? I said, man, you need to get her this and that. He said, you need to do it. And I thought he was talking slick, but shit, he showed me how. He showed me how to get into the rap business. He showed me how to go produce, need to, do the start other things. Yes, indeed. 5-star General Cash Capone. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The jailhouse burritos are a blessing compared to belongings. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I got the burritos, man, and I was putting them in my shirt, and my socks, anywhere I could carry them. Yeah, it was cool. Living off burritos, man. But I mean, that's the only thing: burritos and soups. Yup, 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 yup. Shit. Well, that's about it, y'all, man. I don't know how long I've been on this thing, man, but shit. Did did you FG back? Did I know FG back in the day? Nah. I met FG since he been home. No. I met FG once he came home. With I don't know how long it's been. Maybe about 5 years, 6 years, something like that. I've been knowing him for a long time. If you're talking about FG from Cross Atlantic, yeah, I met him about 5 years ago. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Court line sandwiches as well as we get the last bus, so they would slide with the crate of sandwiches all the time. Right, right, right. Oh, FG from Campanella. Oh, Cross Atlantic Piru. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. My bad. Yeah, yeah, I met him about 5 years ago. Um, but yeah, them court line sandwiches, man, I ain't like them at all. I ain't like none of them sandwiches, man. And the cheese never melt. The fuck you got cheese for on if it ain't gonna melt, man? Okay, big salt. Man, what's my guy name from Cross Atlantic, man? Black dude, man. He was running on the freeway naked, man. He was smoke sharm. He was in my class. Um, yeah, he put my James on blast. But look, I'm Big Salt from camp. Listen, man, the dude, black dude, skinny dude, man. I can't remember his name. He was my partner, man. He went to jail for running on the freeway naked. He was doing his best to be an electrician, man. I was fucking with him, and then he would just snap out, man. He'd be gone. I can't remember his name, man. Black dude and real skinny, and he was real cool. He said, "Lou Dog." Is it Lou? I can't. I don't think it's Lou Dog. If you said it, I remember. I don't think Lou Dog. He's a youngster, so I'm 62. He's probably right now probably still in his 40s. He's probably about 46, 47. Um, all this shit he did was like 15 to 10 years ago. But man, this dude was cool as fuck, man. Nah, I don't know anybody from the islands, man. North side of the islands. Nope. I can't think of. Uh, it's crazy B, dude. You said talk real proper. Yep. So that's Crazy B, K Ray, Mad Ronald, and Lil Crazy B. They lived in the house on Dalton. Yep. Brother Skip, we all live different journeys with the destination up to us. Exactly, man. And that's the thing about life, man. It's a continuous journey. And when it's time for the destination, I won't even recognize that I done made it to the destination. Okay, my bad, man. I'm calling out one dude when it was several over there doing that, huh? Damn, man. Oh, you 53? Okay. Yeah, I ain't always, man. I only know the dudes in Moreno Valley, man. The ones that the Black Rags, man. Those my homies' kids. But hell yeah, Crazy B pushed the hard line. Crazy B would pull up to a party. So there's some streets in the 20s that the 30s never moved. They stayed on our side of Jefferson, um, Hobart, Harvard, and they would have parties. And shit, I would go to the parties. I'm going to fuck with the girls, right? And Crazy B would pull up and just start disrespecting Crips. Y'all better get out of here. Y'all better leave. and shit, Crazy B would trip on whoever's a blood in there, kicking it with, like, man, why you wasn't in there fighting them? Why you wasn't doing that? So I would just go outside and stand across the street and then come over across the street like I just got there, shit like that. But he used to drive over to their park too, jump out the car, drive to their park and jump out the car and call them out to a head up fade. So they knew he would have a pistol, but he was also a good fighter too. So yeah, he pushed the hard line. You couldn't be over on Adams and Western Adams and Normandy, Washington, none of that. There was a Shell gas station around the corner from my house. He'd be over there. Then he'd be where the Mansfields took up shop. He would be over there too. That's where uh that's where Reese would be with Miss Rawberry. That was Black Reese girl. Straight up laughing, like straight black folk. Yeah, that was the homie. All right, Marlena, let me know when you out here so we can go have that lunch. Black Rag, we're talking about the roots from Edge. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The Edgemont criminals, man. My homeboy, my homegirl from Inglewood, babies by my homeboy from 20s, and they kids out there, Edgemont criminals. I'll probably speak highly of you. Smoke one from 30 said you solid even from the other side. Yes, indeed, man. It's a crazy thing, man, that we got a lot of respect for each other, man, just growing up and being alive, making it through all that times, man. So yeah, give your pops my love, man. Not many know about Alex Alonso. Used to really push 20s in the youth days. K Ray had him doing that. So he don't like talking about it, but K Ray had him upside down. Alex Alonso he was a strike up artist. So when I got out in '88, I'm driving down Broadway in the hundreds, like 112th and Broadway, and I would see Rolling 20s NHB up on buildings on the top and all that, and say Al B. And I was like, man, who is this dude? He hard as fuck, right? I go through the 60s and see Al B and Rolling 20 Bloods, and I see K Ray. So I'm like, okay, well, whoever it is, K Ray with him. But I never knew him. And I'm sitting on Rocky's porch one day, and he walked up, and Rocky said, oh, this the homie Al B. And I said, oh, shit, man. I said, I've been seeing your name everywhere, but never met you. So he didn't really push a line. Like he wasn't out there just dumping on people. But I can tell you this, though. I can tell you that he was definitely out there. He was definitely out there about maybe, I could say like probably 87, 88, 89, 90. But by 90, 91, that dude checked himself in the Santa Monica College. And by 92, 93, he was writing proposals to get a scholarship to go to USC. So did he hang out? Yeah, he was. He wasn't a Gramercy Street hustler. He wasn't a 25th Street hustler. He really was from 20. Well, he really was with the 20s and the 20s. Who was top five names ringing bells for the Bloods on the West Side in LA 1980s? Uh, One of them died in '83. uh, Marlon, what they call him, Marlon Bradley. He was damn man, he was a bad dude. Damn, what is Marlon name? Damn, I'm gonna think of it as soon as this shit is over with. But Shaft and damn, I can't think of what they called him. But yeah, Marlon Bradley, he had to knock out. He could kick, he could fight, the same as Shaft. They was both kickers, fighters, except Marlon was more buff than Shaft. Uh, let me see. Oh, Takufu. Yeah, Takufu. Yeah, Santa Claus too. Santa Claus had that. He never Santa Claus never turned down a fight, and motherfuckers was scared of Santa Claus. They was always, giving him his props because he was fighting each and everybody, two, three at a time. Um, so yeah, Santa Claus, Takufu. Takufu was bad too. Takufu, Shaft, Santa Claus. Uh, Shit, top five, man. I don't know. I don't know. I got to. I gotta. I gotta think about that, man. Because I mean, there was a whole bunch of dudes, man. Like, lots of dudes, man. I'm gonna tell you that one of the top fighters who was there was two small dudes who was top fighters. So out the 20s, dude named Yap. So Yap, man, Yap was small, but Yap would get up under the biggest dude, and before you know it, he done hit that dude with about 8, 9 punches, and after 8, 9 punches, four of them he had something in his hand. So now the dude is leaking. Yap was man, he was a good fighter too, and Storm and Norman. Storm and Norman, I didn't see it, but they was telling me about there was a carnival on Adams, and dude had a blue rag, and they was telling me the story. That dude took that rag off. He didn't want no more problems. Oh, the homie Eddie Land too in the '90s. I'm gonna put Eddie Land in the '90s though. Eddie Land had that power punch, like pow. Conversation over. Ain't no more arguing. So there was a lot of dudes who had the power, had the power punch. Like a lot of 20s, a lot of Blackstones had them power punches. Uh, I ain't never seen fight, but Big A Dog from Fruittown too. Uh, yeah, he had a rep. He was telling me, but I think he did what he did. I guess. Yeah, Lil Bop was never afraid of a fight. Lil Bop wasn't. Neither was Big Bop either, though. Carlos wasn't afraid of no fight either. You know. So yeah. So there's a lot of dudes. Who was Al Dog from Denver Lions? It's true he got hooked on drugs. I don't know. Al Dog was a hustler, man. I was in jail with Al Dog in '88. He was a hustler. I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time with him on the streets. We spent about 2 months together in jail. Weren't most of the original Bloods founded by Vietnam vets coming back from war? Nah, that's where the term came from. So what no gang started from no Vietnam vets. It was blood. It's just, when they came back from Vietnam, everybody was blood, young blood, blood this, blood that. And when the Crips started, they wanted to be different. That's all. So they started calling each other what they call them down south. Hey, come here, cousin. Come here, cuz. And that's how that started. So all that shit was, all them rumors is just rumors, man. There are no Vietnam vets. It's just a term, blood came from them dudes, man. Karate was big in the 80s. Yes, indeed, it was, man. Karate was big. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big Pop and Little Pop, them was my folks, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, y'all, man. I did an hour and 10 minutes, man. I got to get off of here, man. I really got little kids and a family and shit. I shouldn't be at. I'm in my office. I shouldn't even be at work this late, man. But I'm going up and seeing some smaller guys hold their own against bigger ones. That's when I learned the size and strength don't always equal skill. Yes, indeed, man. I'm telling you, man. If y'all would have known Yap, Yap is going. I don't care how many people there. Yap is going. Yap is gonna do what he do. Shit, so that's just how that go. Yes, sir. All right, y'all, man. Love, peace, and chicken grease, man. Hit the like button before y'all get out of here so I can get them up. I don't get no money from it, but I want it anyway. Kung Fu Theater on Channel 9. Yeah. Oh, but let me rest in peace, Big Lump from IVC. Big Lump from IVC. All right, now you got me asking questions, man. Now, the IVCs, that's my group over there, man. That's my Crip brothers, man. Yeah, I gotta make some phone calls. Yeah, but when you say Kung Fu Theater, I'm gonna say this too before I get off, man. I see it's 44 of y'all still here, but back in the 60s, man, back in like 1971, 72, before the Crips got started, Bruce Lee was the shit. I want y'all to know that. So everybody would go downtown and watch the Bruce Lee movies. And the Bruce Lee movies was $1. We could see 3 movies for $1. So everybody wanted to come home and do karate. So that's why you have Karate D, Karate Reg, Shaft no karate, Zale no karate. All these dudes know karate, no matter how big you are. They all knew karate. So that's what that was about, man. So if you're saying why back in the days everybody knew karate, like Takufu, like Idi Amin, like all these dudes, man, could just stand in one uh, and stand and kick something or whatever. Yeah, um, that's because that's what it was back then. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. Lump recently passed. Okay, I got it. I remember now. Lump died. He didn't get killed. I remember they had that kind of like vigil. Everybody met up at the gas station on Imperial. So I was calling like, "Hey, what is that about?" Yeah, rest in peace to Lump. Yeah, got it. All right, y'all. I gotta go, man. I gotta go feed the babies, man, and all that. So love, peace, and hair grease to everybody, man. I'll see y'all next time, man. Thank y'all for sharing this hour and a half with me. Hour and 15 minutes. All right, peace.